Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. This lesson is the 7 sages were Israelites scattered among the heathen. So that's this lesson is about. And I'll go into, I think, 2 or 3 of the sages. And if there's not a sage, it's a Greek philosopher. All right, so let's start here. Oh, at this painting here, I believe you have Socrates first, and Chilean, the second one. But you can see they mainly look, dark skinned. All right, just looking at it here. All right, it's supposed to be a muse in the middle, but this is actually a Roman recreation, if I'm not mistaken. All right. It's a mosaic of the 7 sages. It's a national museum, so it's about 3rd century AD. So this is painted after these men lived. And you can see they look like, let me go back to the other one. Look dark skinned. All right. So let's start off with Chilean of Sparta, or Kilian of Sparta. All right, this is one of the 7 sages. Lived during the time 6th century BC, and that's the Renaissance art right there. Renaissance art is when the Edomites, the Caucasian people, repainted the busk and the paintings and the statues of the wise men of the ancient world. All right, here's some of his sayings. Do not speak evil of the dead, honor old age, prefer punishment to disgraceful gain. For the one is painful but once, but the other for one's whole life. Do not laugh at a person in misfortune. If one is strong, also be merciful, so that one's neighbors may respect one rather than fear one. Learn how to regulate one's own house well. So these are some of the sayings of Kilian, which was considered one of the 7 sages, and he was an Israelite. All right, that's the Renaissance art there. And top right, so he is, I believe Socrates is in him up top, and on the right side right here, that's still be Kilian. All right, because we think in pictures. All right, so when you look at the wise men in the ancient world, they're considered wise anyway, or popular or great. For whatever reason, it's always framed as being a Caucasian looking person. All right, I'm going to defeat that evil spirit with this lesson. All right, now we know the Spartans are Israelites. Now you go to 1 Maccabees, the 12th chapter, and you put in Lacedaemonians. Lacedaemonians, and you go down to the 21st verse. Well, start at 19. This is the copy of the letters which Onias sent. It's spelled a little different there. Onirius. Arius, king of the Lacedaemonians, to Onias the high priest, greeting. It is found in the writings, all right, that the Lacedaemonians and the Jews are brethren, and that they are of the stock of Abraham, because the Greeks were split up into different city-states, so they were autonomous, they were autocratic. But they shared a common worship of the gods and certain philosophies. All right, but the Lacedaemonians, within their records, it was written that the Spartans and the Israelites, they were calling themselves Jews, are brother, and they're the stock of Abraham. All right, so that's a letter that was sent to the Spartan Israelites, because you had Israelites scattered amongst the heathen. All right, so that's how you prove that. So you go back to Kilian of Sparta. So his face again. That's right here. You got Socrates, I believe, the first one up top at 12 o'clock. And Kilian of Sparta is about at 1 o'clock right here. All right, I'm going to move over to Socrates. All right. It's almost undeniable right there that it's a marble head of Socrates. Lived about 470 BC. All right. Because the curse we're under, that we're going to be scattered amongst the heathen. Now, what's interesting about Socrates is that he rejected certain of the customs of the Greek religion. So you go to Trial of Socrates. Here are some things. It says Socrates had rejected it's a long word.
Anthropomorphism.
The attribution of human characteristics or behavior to a god, animal, or object. Like they believe, like the Greeks would believe that the gods can eat, food and, do things humans do. All right. And Socrates rejected that. Like they would lay an offering, a drink offering, and meat and flesh, and think that they would actually eat it up. But they were idols. They weren't actually alive. All right. Our God, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, is a living God. All right. Socrates had rejected the
Anthropomorphism.
A traditional Greek religion by denying that the gods did bad things like humans do. Second, he seemed to believe in a daimonion, an inner voice, as his accusers suggested divine origin. All right, that could be like a spirit, a Holy Spirit. What Socrates could be describing there. All right, so the point is Socrates didn't go with the grain of the Greek religion. All right, so that's more evidence that he was an Israelite. All right, and then you got the Renaissance art there, because Esau knows how people think. I mean, we think in, pictures. All right, so if you start seeing a bunch of Caucasian type pictures, you'll start to believe that your culture and your identity cannot compare or match who you consider the enemy. Esau, the Edomites, so-called white man. All right. But like it says in, Jeremiah, let's get that. Jeremiah 51:19, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. So we got Yatazar. We got origin, creation. So all those Greco-Roman gods, Israelites made those up. Those are idols that Israelites made up. Former. Predetermined, preordained, formed. Of individuals, conception, creation. All right, so more than likely we'll probably go of creation. Stick to the main points. to reform creation of original creation. Who created those ancient Greek Greco-Roman gods? Israelites did. All right, so-called black people. All right, Jews, real Jews. All right, and let's go to. I went through Socrates. There's something here. All right, we got Eusebia. That's what he was accused of. Criminal charge in ancient Greece for desecration and mockery of divine objects, for irreverence toward the state god. All right. So he was they were accusing him of being an atheist, meaning not worshiping the state god, not worshiping the god of the land. Atheist. And disrespect toward parents and dead ancestors. So he's accused of that. Eusebia. All right. So that's some more, evidence that Socrates was an Israelite. You ain't gonna look at him. That's Jacob. All right. All right. Now we got. Let's go some more. Another precept. It says Romans 10:1. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the power, but not according to knowledge. Meaning that you had the Israelites scattered among the heathen. All right, which I have the law. Do I have the law? Yeah. I put among the heathen in. All right. For I bear them record that they have a zeal. Socrates, Killian, but not according to knowledge. Meaning that they were wise in certain things, but they couldn't make it to the worship of Yahweh. And Yahweh during their time hadn't been fully revealed yet. All right. Because that's the curse that we're under. We were scattered amongst the heathen. So we're going to learn their ways, and we were going to make our own ways, our own gods of wood and stone, and serve them. All right. So I'll put let's see, among the heathen. It says Leviticus 26:33, and I will scatter you among the heathen, and I will draw the sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. All right. Therefore, 2 Samuel 22:50. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praise unto thy name. All right. Nehemiah 5:17. Israel coming back to the land. Moreover, there were at my table 150 of the Jews and rulers, beside those that came unto us from among the heathen that are about us. Those Israelites returning. All right. That's what Nehemiah was all about. All right. Psalms 110, Psalms 106:35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. Learned their works and created our own works also among the heathen, right, which is the worship of gods outside of Yahweh, the Most High. Save us, O Yahweh our God, and gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto thy holy name and to triumph in thy praise. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, he's prophesying, and our tongue was singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord hath done great things for them. Jeremiah 9:16. I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known. That goes back to Deuteronomy 28. And I will send a sword after them until I have consumed them. Ezekiel 11:16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, amongst the Greeks, all right, and also I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. All right. So Socrates was a good example of that spell being broken. All right, but he didn't, reach his full potential, which is to totally forsake the Greek gods. But we had to have Yahushua to do that, and this was still too far. We were still under the major curse of being worshiping the gods, the ancient, the Greco-Roman gods, the gods of the heathen. So Yahushua had to be manifest for Israel to fully come out of that idolatry. All right. So let's move on to, let's see some pictures here. St. Nicholas, all right, so-called Santa Claus. All right, St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas is a child, top left, and his parents. Here, yeah, you can see the woman with her hair covered. And this is Constantine right here. And that's St. Nicholas as an adult. I believe Constantine is sick. All right. And I have the, where it says that out here. This is my book, The Power of Icons. All right, it says, number 2, Nicholas appears to the Emperor Constantine in a dream and orders him to release 3 unjustly condemned generals. Okay, so he's not sick. He's asleep. All right, Slovakia. All right. So he sleeps. So he appeared to him in a dream. So that's St. Nicholas, and that's Constantine. Emperor Constantine. And here he's stopping someone from getting scourged or put to death, actually. St. Nicholas is stopping him. He's got his hand right here on the sword. All right. Could we see it in pictures? So you gotta show these icons, these pictures, to get those demonic Edomite images out of your head. All right. So, all right, Zeno of Citium. That's Cyprus, a city in Cyprus. Right here was a city kingdom. So it was on the southeastern coast of Cyprus. All right, that's in the Mediterranean, next to Israel or the land of Canaan, Cyprus. All right, Zeno of Citium. He's founded Stoicism. He's a Stoic school of philosophy. Let me go to the down here. Zeno, which he started Stoicism. He founded it. As you can already see, Zeno is described as a haggard, dark-skinned person living a spare, ascetic life, abstaining from sensual pleasures. All right, despite his wealth. All right. So when you look, these ancient people that are considered, great by Edomites, Esau, so-called white man, considers these like civilization started with the Greeks, the Hippocratic oaths, things like that, things you heard of, the greatness of the ancient world that comes from so-called black people. All right, Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, Stoicism. All right, and that goes back also to the scriptures. Go to, I believe. Let's type in, spell it a little different. Spell it Stoicks. All right, Acts 17:18. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him. And some said, "What will this babbler say?" Others, he seemed to be a setter forth of strange gods, because the Epicureans and the Stoics, they were Israelites scattered among the heathen, as we just read the curses, all right, and the prophecies. Because he preached to them Yahushua and the resurrection. So that was strange to the scattered Israelites among the heathen. That was a new God. All right. And Socrates was actually put to death for being accused of being an atheist, not worshiping the Greek gods. All right. So we go to Stoics. see, Stoicos, all right, pertaining to the Stoic philosophy, the author of which Zeno of Citium taught at Athens. Go down here to basic tenets. It says Stoicism teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. The philosophy holds that becoming a clear and unbiased thinker allows one to understand the universal reason, logos. All right, so that's the philosophy or the wisdom of Stoicism. All right, now Zeno, all right, is described as a haggard, dark-skinned person. All right, and then it says that he may have been from Phoenicia. Now he's from the land of Israel. All right, that's the land of Israel. See that? Dor, Acre, Sidon. All right, the lower part going down is Israel. All right, so they know this man was an Israelite. All right, he was not originally from the island of Citium, or all right, Cyprus. All right, dark-skinned man. All right, the founder of Stoicism. All right, and this is a recreation. This is not what he looked like. All right, this is what Paolo Monti, 1969. All right, and a lot of Renaissance art, or some of it, is our own people are actually responsible for it too. You look up Ludovico Sforza. He was lived during the time of the Borgias. He actually commissioned the Last Supper painting. All right, so our own people, so-called, whited themselves out or helped do it. Ludovico Sforza, known as the Moor, El Moro. All right, you can look that up on your own. All right. Let's go back. Constantine, dreaming about St. Nicholas here. All right, St. Nicholas as a child. Over here on the left was his parents. Over here on the left. All right. These are the people, that Esau looks up to, the great people of the past. All right. And that they whitewash and Caucasianize. I know it's not a word. So they can erase and make Israel be no more in remembrance. That's a curse. While the heathen raging and people imagine a vain thing. All right. All right. I think we're almost done. We go Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manasseh, which had been brought up with the Herod, the Tetrarch, and Saul. All right. So his nickname was Niger. Back up. I want to hear scoffers talk against this damning evidence. Surname of the prophet Simeon. Was it black, Negro, a Christian? All right, real Christians are so-called black people. All right, and we have 12 tribes in Israel. All right, not all of them look the same way, but this is just to note that the core, the root, all right, of Israel looks like this. All right, but mixed marriages and marrying amongst the heathen, certain of our people became fairer skinned. All right, so I think that is the end of the lesson. I pretty much got through everything I needed to. 24 minutes we had, so about that. And again, the 7 sages, the great men, the popular men that Esau, the so-called white man, lords and praises, to be the foundations of sciences and mathematics and philosophies, and being mighty in war. All right, amongst the Greeks, which I'm mainly focusing on, and the Holy Roman Empire here, or the Eastern Roman Empire, were Israelites. All right. So, hope you were edified. Shalom to the next lesson.